Good morning and welcome to another fantastic episode of Smell the Coffee. The days are getting chillier, but guess what? We are bringing all the warmth with the love that we are radiating through the screen. You're joined by Diana Master and the gorgeous Aina Riza Koyo, the educated Aina Riza.
What the educated?
How are you doing, sweetie?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing amazing.
Yeah.
I think, I'm gaslighting myself.
Why? Like, you
yeah.
must speak it to existence.
Exactly,
I
gaslight
haven't
yourself.
done affirmations in a long time.
Yeah.
I have not done affirmations in a long time, so I'm just like, yeah. I need to start affirming myself.
Yeah, affirmations are absolutely important because even the Bible says the power of life and death is in the tongue. And so, and also the more you speak it, the more you actually start to believe it.
Yes.
So that's why even songs, you must be careful of the songs that you listen to. Those songs where you're singing that you're broke and you don't have money and whatnot. Now you're surprised because you don't have money. But you were affirming this when you were singing that song. So be absolutely careful, even with how we speak to ourselves. Even this "I can't" mentality. No, you should not say that. You should say, for us Christians, it's always "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me."
Yes, I can do all things through Christ who strengthen me. So, you know, I think that life is so weird. You can believe that you can, and you still can't. So does that mean that you have not fully believed, or does that mean it's not for you, or it's not meant for you?
It could mean that it's not meant for you. It could mean that, because I think a lot of the times we need to pray that prayer to come into alignment. Because a lot of the times with things that we want,
and these not the things that are meant
for us, that are destined for us. And I had a very interesting conversation with a friend yesterday, and he was telling me that God will still give you God allows free will. He allows free will. He will let you do whatever it is that you want to do. But then most of the times you find that it's met with a lot of resistance, because sometimes it's just not meant for you and you're just forcing things. Sometimes it's not a no, it's a not yet.
And sometimes when you force things, they really do happen.
They really do happen. Which is why I was saying now, are we fighting? Are we not?
Like,
what is going on?
That's why I'm asking.
For you, you don't have to fight for it, but if you really want it, you must
fight for it.
What are we doing? Are we fighting? Are we not?
Yesterday I had a conversation with my friend, and she was just saying, maybe we are like believing the wrong way, maybe we are manifesting the wrong way. And she said to me, she recently learned that apparently to manifest or to pray, once you pray for something, you must pray for it once and you must let it go.
No.
But then I said to her, no, but the Bible says do not give God any rest until he does what he has said.
There's even that whole thing, pray until something happens. Push.
Yes. And then there's also like pray until your joy is complete. So I'm like,
I genuinely believe it's a thing between you and God. It's amongst between the two of you, because really and truly what she heard could not be your instruction, because we all hear God in different ways. So sometimes maybe she heard God saying, I think maybe she heard God saying, no, you must pray once and let it go.
yeah.
But then maybe you heard, keep praying, be persistent with prayer.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where I guess it's really just up to you and your journey and your spiritual journey.
I want us to quickly talk about the ANVCs that took place over the weekend. Let's quickly look at some, fire pictures of what everyone wore. Let's give it to Nigerian fashion designers, because one thing about them, they will understand the assignment. So I think, I'm not so sure, the theme was African, and everybody went out, in their African attires. Everybody looks amazing. My favorite look was of Liqua Rose. Liqua Rose.
I like her dress.
Yeah, it's gorgeous, but that's not her. I like how her body is sitting in this dress.
So yeah, okay. Let's take a look at some of the other pictures. You know, the men were also showing up. They were eating it out. That's one thing. You remember when you said that Nigerian celebrities should be invited to the Met Gala because they will eat everyone out. Like, I mean, let's just take a look at that artistry. One thing about Nigerian fashion designers, they will eat.
They will eat.
And they are very creative. I don't know how their brains work, because how do you even manage to come up with something like this? How do you
That's
even...
so beautiful. That was one of my favorite looks. That's Laura Ikeji. She's
Yeah, so that's a beautiful dress. That is absolutely amazing. So yeah, the Nigerian designers and the celebrities showed up and showed out to the AMVCAs. So pretty soon it'll be us going. We will see what the Nigerian fashion designers come up with for us. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. She looks like she is dripping in diamonds. Wow. I am in awe of Nigerian fashion designers and, of course, the celebrities that get to rock these looks. But anyway, those were some of the looks. And yeah, I like the inspiration behind that one. It's giving, in a way, camo. It's giving camouflage. I think maybe that's what they were going for. I don't know. I like the headdress. But I feel like some of these outfits are not practical. Because when you get there, and now you have to sit in this thing, and then somebody's behind you, and they have...
I don't think the aim is to sit. I feel like they just do this with the extravagance, everything, then they walk the red carpet, and these things, most of them are detachable.
Okay, no, great. Because I remember somebody was complaining about Thames at the Oscars when she had her cloud situation covering everyone. But anyway, those are some of the looks from the AMVCAs. We'll be right back as we get into our top stories.
eTicket, your online ticket solution for events and event marketing, bringing you ease of mind and making sure that your event gets out there. For more information, contact events@nmh.com.na.
Now they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But what if there's nothing to behold? Yes, an artist sold a sculpture worth 18,000 and it is nothing. So an Italian artist sold an invisible sculpture for over $18,000 and had to give the buyer a certificate of authenticity to prove it's real, the Daily Mail reported. Salvatore Garau sold his piece entitled Lo Sono, I Am, to an unidentified buyer last month. Italian auction house ArtRide organized the sale of the immaterial statue with the beginning estimated value coming in between $7,000 and $11,000. The vacuum is nothing more than a space full of energy, and even if we empty it, there's nothing left, according to the Heisenberg uncertainty principle that nothing has a weight. The Sardinian-born artist explained, according to Hypebeast. Therefore, it has energy that is condensed and transformed into particles that is into us. The 67-year-old explained in a video that you don't see it, but it exists. It is made of air and spirit. It is a work that asks you to activate the power of the imagination, a power that anyone has, even those who don't believe they have it, he continued. The air and spirit sculpture is intended to be contained in a 5 by 5 foot square and is intended to be displayed in a private space without artificial lighting and climate control. Garau defended his invisible art with a grandiose comparison. After all, don't we shape a god we've never seen? This isn't the first piece of Garau's that is unrecognizable to the human eye. In February, the artist exhibited Buddha in Contemplation, another invisible sculpture, at the Piazza della Scala in Milan. And just Then Garau installed his most recent statue, Aphrodite Piange, facing the New York Stock Exchange. Yeah, when you have money, you can do whatever you want. You can pay $18,000 for nothing. That's right.
It's nice to have money.
It's nice to have money. Imagine paying 18,000 USD
I always
for
aspire
nothing.
to have money.
For nothing.
Nothing.
Like,
Just
it's there. I have the $18,000 statue right here because you have to imagine it.
But what would I need the statue for? Like, I'm not like a collector of, you know,
Arts.
fine art. I collect paintings.
Uh,
I love paintings. I love portraits, and that's as far as I will go. I just feel like the money could go to other use, not to not support artists, but for me, I would rather. I don't know, what will I do with the statue for 18,000?
no, it's one thing if the statue is actually there. But now I'm telling you, no, Aina, don't step there. My statue is there. And you're like, what statue? It's like, no, power of the mind, visualization. It's there. Picture in this square, there's a statue there. Okay, what does it look like? No, use your imagination.
Nah.
Honestly speaking, you know what? Dala what you must. It's the
Dala what you
certificate of
must.
authenticity for me. Like, for nothing.
Dala what you must, kids, but nonetheless, let's move over to our next story. We are dissecting, not dissecting. We're talking about the beef between John Legend and Kanye West. Okay, not that they have beef, but just for context, John Legend appeared on the list of people who Kanye doesn't trust. But yeah, so in a rare moment of raw honesty, John Legend opened up about the painful transformation of his former friend and collaborator Kanye West, saying a man he once knew is a brilliant dreamer with a head full of ambition and a heart full of music. While reflecting on the 20th anniversary of his breakout album Lifted, Legend couldn't help but talk about the man who played a huge role in shaping his early career. Now, back in 2004, Kanye West wasn't just riding the creative high, he was the creative high. With his debut album, The College Dropout, turning heads and Get Lifted dropping under his Good Music label, West was a force in the music industry. Kanye West served as an executive producer on Get Lifted, working alongside David Toza, will.i.am, and Devo, and helped John Legend into the spotlight. The album went on to sell over 3 million copies and won 3 Grammy Awards. He was passionate, gifted, and full of optimism. Legend, in a new interview, so he said he had big dreams for himself and the people around them, but the Kanye we see today is not the one. Legend didn't mince his words when he described West's dramatic shift over the past decade, saying it does feel sad, sometimes shocking to see where he is now, he admitted, and it's not hard to see why. He also said that he maybe thinks it's due to the passing of Kanye's mom, who played a huge role in his career.
I definitely agree. I think the passing of Kanye's mom, that's when he started spiraling. And then we thought that he was okay, and then now I guess it's manifesting again, like the trauma, the PTSD or the unhealed wounds that he has. So yeah, because he's going through it, eh? But anyway, that brings us to the end of our top stories. Let us know what you think about some of the stories that we shared. But nevertheless, we will be right back as Glenora has a very interesting conversation. Stick around.
Now, last year, I wore a beautiful, riveting red dress at the Simply You Lifestyle and Fashion Awards as I was interviewing nominees and whoever attended at the red carpet. Now, everybody was asking who dressed me. I am sitting here with the wonderful Naha, who dressed me in that beautiful dress. You gave me everything for that day. Good morning and welcome to Smell the Coffee. But I would just like you to introduce yourself to the viewers so they know who we are talking about when we talk about Naha, the woman behind the UNEL brand, the woman that I've grown to love in terms of just your designs. I don't want to get carried away because we have such a wonderful relationship. Just tell the viewers who you are.
Okay. Thank you for this opportunity. It was lovely dressing you, and what inspired me in fashion is that because of my mom. My mom's always been a fashion lady, and I thought of like, let me just be a fashion designer. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Getting right into, the nitty-gritties. I know that you were also a model. You started out modeling, or did you start out just designing, or it was a combination of you modeled and then you also designed? What was your journey like?
Okay. I started as a designer, but not for fashion. It was more like theater costumes. We used to make costumes for performing artists and so in school. And then later on, do fashion, but it was quite hard. It's quite hard to get into the market. So I decided, like, let me start modeling, try to understand the market, how the designer make their clothing, and then I see where just to improve or just to keep up with the trends.
I love that. I love that. You are, the woman behind the UNEL brand. I love it. We're, sitting behind your banner. Could you talk about the brand, how it came about, why the name? Am I even pronouncing it right? What's even the inspiration behind the design? I love this design of the paw print.
The UNEL brand is the initial name of my name and my sibling and my mom and my dad's name.
Oh, that's so okay. I love it. I love it already. Wow, that's actually very creative.
Yeah.
And so when did you decide to, step out and just beyond just being a designer, but also creating a company and a brand around that? And why was it important to do that?
The branding, the logo?
No. When did you decide to just get into, having a business, having a brand? You're just no longer just a designer, but now you're a businesswoman as well.
Okay, it started when I was in school. I was studying marketing, and while you're learning, they were discussing the importance of branding your business and so on. So I thought, like, let me incorporate my marketing skills with my fashion and so on. That's why I decided to going towards the business side.
I love that. So, of course, anybody taking any endeavor, there would be challenges. What are some notable challenges you faced, A, as a designer, and B, as a business owner?
Okay. As a designer, it's challenging because there are a lot of us, and also you have to keep up with the trend, because sometimes you suppress to express yourself. Sometimes you design something that not everyone will understand the concept. And most of the clients, they prefer wearing something they can wear them over and over. Yeah, not just once. Yeah.
Versus having like a signature statement type of look, where everybody would be talking about it, for years. I mean, one example of that, I think, is Jennifer Lopez green, was it a Versace dress that she wore, I think, in the early 2000s? I stand to be corrected. But we all talk about that dress till now, right? Because it was so iconic. And but I do understand that some people will just come, I just want to dress for the wedding and I want to wear it to someone's wedding after that. So I do understand that. And now getting into the business side of things, what challenges did you face as a designer, as a woman in the industry?
Okay. The challenge is the pricing. Pricing is also affecting other designers. Sometimes some designers are not paid their worth, their value, because in time, because sometimes you might be busy with a garment that will take a whole week, long hours just to complete, especially something that you have to hand stitch with bead work and everything. So it's also one of the challenges. And also you cannot be too pricey and also not too low. So
you need to keep up with where the market is.
Yes.
I totally understand. Now, getting back to being creative, I know you're very, out there with your creativity. And obviously, we will go through some of your designs and we'll talk about that. But right now, just in terms of your creative process, you tend to think outside the box, which is what I like about your pieces. They're very unique. They encompass something like when I wear something of yours, I feel like I have put a mark out there, like, oh wow, did you see Glenora? She looks so unique. She came in and made a statement. Getting back to the creativity part, what inspires you to make some of these out of this world pieces?
Okay, what inspires me is just nature. Look at nature and music. I have that mind because actually I'm a visual artist. Before I did fashion, I was a visual artist. So sometimes I always imagine myself, or even that outfit, like, imagine I'm on Jupiter, how I'm going to look. Something like that. So I have that mind. Yeah. So most of my pieces, it has a story to it.
Yes, totally. Now, you are not only a model, you're not only a designer, you're also a makeup artist, which I feel really goes hand in hand. If you're a designer, I'm coming to get a dress from you, and then you can also say, hey, I can do your makeup for you. How crucial is it for people in the industry to have, to wear different hats? Instead of just being just one thing, you can be several things. How crucial is it for the industry for one person to be a master of several things?
Yeah, it is very important for at least all, let's say most designers should know other skills, especially makeup, because sometimes your client might come in a hurry and they say, no, I have to rush for makeup. Instead of them rushing, or sometimes they come, their face already done, and then they come, they're already sweaty and stuff, and then it already ruined the whole look. So I feel like that way it's better, it saves time, and also maybe sometimes the designer give you a nice discount.
Exactly. And like you said, all in one type of package. If somebody can, if you can do hair, if you can do makeup, and you can dress me, I mean, I'm quite happy. I do understand that you have partaken in several, I don't know how many, I stand to be corrected, but you have showcased at, I think, the Katutura Fashion Week. I don't know what other fashion weeks you have done, but could you talk a little bit about that?
Okay, last year I've done Katutura Fashion Week, and it was a great experience. Actually, it's been a while because of the pandemic, but before the pandemic, I did several fashion shows. I also hosted my own, and also participate other organizations. Yeah.
And you've also designed for Miss Namibia.
Yes, I was one of the designer for one of the finalists. I dressed 3 contestants, and Priska was one of them, the former Miss Namibia from last year, but from the other year.
When she didn't win. Oh, wow, wow.
And also Stella Da Costa, she was also one, and also Chantel. So I made 3 dresses on that event.
Yes, and I know that they were really, people talked about it, that they cost a bus. How was that experience for you?
It was so nice because, to be honest, during the pandemic, I didn't do any stitching because of the pandemic and everything, but it was a nice comeback. It was really memorable for me.
Yes, thank you for those pieces, because I saw them online. I was like, this is so beautiful, not knowing that, pretty soon I'll be working with you. And now before I'm not going to let you go, because we are going to go through some of your designs, and she is going to dress me. Give me one notable highlight of your career so far.
My highlight, the main one, I said it was Miss Namibia. It was the highlight because I never thought I have that opportunity, because it was an interview. They have to select one of the designers, and I didn't expect to be selected, but it was one of the best moments, and I didn't know that I will get a lot of compliment of my work.
Wow. Thank you. We'll be right back with more Smell the Coffee.
And that's all for today, folks. But don't worry, we will be back again tomorrow, same time, same place. Until then, have a lovely Monday.